Wow.
Beep, beep, beep. Beep, boop, boop, boop.
Wow.
Beep, 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 beep.
Wow.
Beep, boop, 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 ba-doop, boop.
I live in a park bench, not on it, but inside it, in between the boards. My name is Terry Termite, and I like to bite down on wood. It's so nice, that rigid feel as it fills up my gums. Oh, I'm Terry Termite.
Terry Termite. That's him, Terry Termite.
Welcome to the show, Terry. It's so nice to have you here.
I'm really happy to be here. Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, he's so sweet. You would never imagine a voice like that coming out of him.
Yeah,
he's so tiny.
I know. He's smooth. Are you still on the airwaves and Bugland Radio, Terry?
Yeah, I'm really on. I'm on that stuff. I'm on it every day. I'm on from middays 3 to 7. You can hear me all night. 95.5.
Damn. On the BUG?
That's right. On the BUG Bug Network.
Damn.
We bugging your minds. We bugging your systems.
You're
Crazy.
You're just straight up bugging me right now.
Bugging out.
Yeah, because this is our show. Remember, this is the Boxcar Buddies. We're your hosts, Don and Greg.
Don and Greg. Hi, Greg.
Greg
How
and
are you,
Don.
buddy?
Oh, just fantastic. Feeling a little cleansed, if I do have to say so.
Yeah, you look. Your eyes are brighter, and your step is lighter from what I've seen so far. Just coming into the boxcar today.
Yeah, that's because I finally took off my my clothing weight.
Oh, yeah, you're nude. Right
Yeah.
now.
Well, I mean, I've been my clothing has been super heavy lately because I've been thinking of doing like that like Dragon Ball Z diet where like you just wear clothing that's really fucking heavy and then you'll just become really powerful.
Yeah, and then you wish for food if you get all 7 Dragon Balls.
Yeah. That didn't work. I ended up shattering both of my kneecaps.
Oh, yeah, I see they're kind of wrapped up with some Christmas lights and some tinsel. Looks like.
Well, I felt like being festive.
Yeah, it's that time of year. Holidays.
Yeah, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
I'm hearing the music as I, skirt the malls, looking for any discarded food in the dumpsters or some clothes. Yeah, as you said, clothes. It's getting colder outside, but
It certainly is.
Hearing all that.
I mean, my
Christmas
nipples
music.
are standing attention right now.
I see that. I see that.
I am very cold.
Yeah, man, I'm going ahead and stand on that stuff. Is that okay with you, man?
No, it is not okay with you. Get off my... Ow!
Come on, man. Let me just stand on this real quick. It's nice.
Fine.
I like it.
Fine.
Yeah, he looks happy there.
It looks like he's about to dive off at like Rodney Dangerfield and Back to School. He's gonna do.
Just stay there, Terry.
He's gonna do a frontward flip. Nope, I see him. Ow! He's bouncing on my nipple.
Here we go,
Yep.
here we go,
Ow!
here we go,
Ow!
here we go,
Ow!
here we go.
Ow! Ow!
All right,
Ow!
this is weird.
Ow! You know what?
Doing. Come on, man. Why'd you do that?
Bye, Terry.
See it, Terry.
It was really obnoxious. Sometimes
I'll still download his Bandcamp, but
sure. You want to be supportive, but sometimes it's hard. He's a host of his own. He's got his own program. He comes on here. He just wants to kind of just talk, and it's like, hey, bro.
he doesn't think of others. He only
No.
thinks of himself.
Yeah, that's the termite way. But anyway, so here we are again, Greg and I in the boxcar. Greg, excellent choice of boxcar this week.
Thank you.
This is comfortable, homey. I haven't felt this warm in a boxcar in some time, and I noticed that you've got some fungus in the corner there that I'm hoping maybe is edible for later.
Yeah, I've actually been growing that for the last 2 days.
Yeah,
It's going a lot faster than I thought it would.
I'll say their size is impressive for 2 days, and there's this luminescent glow, which is it's
Festive.
It's festive, it's haunting, and it might be delicious. I'm thinking that there's a glow. Any food that glows just really has like an extra appeal to it.
I don't think it's ready just yet. What I'm thinking of doing is leaving these guys for Christmas. This will become our Christmas tree.
That's
that way we
great.
don't have to drive all the way out to Elgin or whatever and get a Christmas tree.
And chop it down and run from whoever's farm
or go
it
into a
is,
Target and steal a plastic one.
Boring.
Snore.
I know. Same one
Let's
every
change
year.
it up.
Come
My
on.
God.
So anyway, here we are again in this festive boxcar, and Greg and I we like to meet every week and talk about some content if we've managed to somehow get it into our old craniums over the course of the week. We don't really get too bogged down trying to stay current. It's hard enough just getting at content.
Life sucks for adults because that's who we're aiming for. That is our main demographic, adults.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't...
And maybe like college kids, maybe.
Yeah, which is cool. You guys are all cool. Anyone's welcome. But, we get everyone's got stuff to do during the week. It's hard to stay up to date. And there's a freaking deluge of content out there for, who it's hard for anybody to keep track of. Admit it. Everyone's lists are getting longer every time someone says, "Oh, you got to watch this thing."
Not everyone has the time to be like, "Oh, look, the new Mario is out. Gonna play it the day of."
I know.
A lot of people don't have that
I'm at
luxury.
work. People got work to do and stuff.
Yeah, we've got
tasks.
boxcars to find.
Yes, and creatures to keep out. And so yeah, we're we don't care about staying up to date. So
We'll be up to date eventually.
Yeah, eventually we will. Time will prove us correct. But anyway, we meet, and here we are again. Greg, you look great. And I wanted to ask
Thank you.
What have you been up to this week?
My goodness. Donald, I've been up to a few things. So, you know how I like to crash in the L every now and again. I usually sleep at the Irving Park Brown Line. I really like staying there. It's above ground, and it's surrounded by a lot of restaurants.
Yes,
So
public.
it's very easy to get food. Mm-hmm. And if I need to run away, there's a nice little suburban area right behind it, so I can just kind of like sneak around. Mm-hmm. They'll never find me again because they're like, we got to go through rich people homes.
You got options.
Ugh.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So I was staying at the L one day when I noticed one of the L workers was perusing on Netflix while she was waiting at the ticket booth.
What a CTA hole.
Yeah, I know. What the hell?
I don't like that. She should be paying attention. See something, say something. Did you say something when you saw that?
No, because she was watching something on Netflix, and I was highly mesmerized.
You wanted to watch that too.
Oh yeah, and
what was it?
I got to watch Jim and Andy.
What?
The new Netflix documentary of the behind-the-scenes footage of Jim Carrey's performance from Man on the Moon. And holy shit.
Was it good?
It's so good, and it's so uncomfortable. Because while Jim Carrey was doing that film, he was method acting the entire time.
Oh, yeah. And Kaufman was all about making people uncomfortable, right? Like, wasn't that his...
Oh, yes, he was. So, for those who don't know, The Man on the Moon is a biopic about famous comedian Andy Kaufman, who is
Taxi,
best
Latka.
Yeah, he's best known for being one of the most awkward comedians, but at the same time brilliant comedians to ever live.
Right. He would do things like go up on stage and read totally deadpan from some Jane Austen novel.
Yep.
And it would
kill.
Milk that bit for 10 minutes, and the audience is laughing because they're uncomfortable, but he's not telling any jokes. He's just like, well, no, I'm reading now.
I would say probably his most famous bit is from SNL, when he went up on stage and he brought out a record player with just the theme song to Mighty Mouse.
Oh, gosh.
And he would stand there uncomfortably just looking around the room whenever all the other people were singing in the song. But as soon as it got to the "Here he comes to save the day," that's when he would lip sync to it and act like the character, and then just go back to being incredibly deadpan. And he is one of the most awkward comedians to ever live. But fuck, man, he knew what he was doing.
Right.
And I don't know how. He's one of the most confusing comedians, but The Man on the Moon is a biopic about him where Jim Carrey stars. This is when Jim Carrey was starting to get very famous.
Yeah, when did this come out? Early 2000s? Late 90s?
This was like 1999.
Okay.
This was after Ace Ventura and The Mask.
Right, and Dumb and Dumber.
And Dumb and Dumber. So this is when he was at like the peak.
It was right around Liar Liar, I think, when that came out.
And I didn't know this because I heard about the tales of the filming of this movie, that Jim Carrey wanted someone to follow him around and film him because he was method acting majority of the time. There were a few times where Jim came out, and those are really rare occasions. But for the most part, he is Andy, or sometimes he's Tony. Right,
Andy's alter ego, right? Another character that Andy would play, like in public and on stage, like just another persona he would sort of adopt sometimes, right?
Yeah, and Tony Clifton was incredibly painful to work with, especially the director. I forget what the director's name was. He's of Man on the Moon. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Fuck it. I'm not a genius, and we don't have internet to save the day.
Ugh. Yeah, it's okay.
Internet.
Well, it's sort of a different world in here, in this
Yeah.
box. Glowing fungi and talking termites and whatnot.
And my
no internet.
festive kneecaps.
Yeah, which I love how they're jingling. This bulb is out though.
Oh shit! We have to find a replacement.
Yeah.
And we'll just hit up Jewel and we'll see if we can find some.
Yeah, she's usually accommodating.
But anyway, this documentary is really, really personal because the only person they talk to after they've gotten the footage is Jim Carrey. There's no one else. It's just Jim Carrey in a room, and goddamn, he looks so beaten. I know that Jim Carrey has been going out recently as being like fucking crazy and being a very dark alcoholic.
But there's actually been rumors and talk of that. People have suggested that maybe over the last 6 months, some of his more erratic behavior, some of those videos depicting him as kind of going off the deep end, might have been a sort of quiet push for this movie. You know, it might have been like a marketing angle where he was kind of dialing up the crazy a little bit just to sort of, increase some interest in the movie and whatnot. I don't know if that's true or not. It's just that was something that, I've heard around. So,
yeah.
But it sounds from what you're saying that, that image continues into the Netflix special.
Yeah, it's very intimate just because. Jeez. Just because of that cold weather, man.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry about that.
It's all right. Here, I think I've got some of my bloody rag to...
Tinsel tissue.
Here you go. You feel better?
Yeah.
You look better.
Thank you.
Your face is very flush now.
Yeah.
You look like a cherry.
It feels like all the blood's still just up trapped in the head.
You can just drain it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I can.
Just like make a little slice like right at the temple and
poke. Just poke and then lean to the side a little bit. Let
you'll be a human Kool-Aid pitcher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! When did he get here?
Sorry about that.
Damn it!
Back away. No one actually has
Thanks, Kool-Aid, man.
No one actually has Kool-Aid.
Thanks, man. Look at this big, nice fucking hole you left.
Well, you're missing out. Kool-Aid's the best.
No, it isn't.
Not right now for us. We need actual water.
It's just sugary mess. It's.
I don't like sugar.
We already have some degree of diabetes. We do not need any freaking Kool-Aid. And thanks for the hole in the boxcar.
Thank you. We got to find a new one. Damn it! And my Christmas mushrooms.
He just trounced all over like half of that patch there. For what? Just to come in and
just to
yell, "Oh yeah."
What, he thinks that we're sponsored by this?
Like we need
Kool-Aid, like the delectable summer drink that comes in 17 different flavors and colors.
Now available at your local supermarket.
Try pouring into your ice packets with cellophane and popsicle sticks and have your own little Kool-Aid popsicle sticks.
Freeze for a picnic and enjoy them with your family and watch the bond grow.
Just to say that?
That must have been it.
For those small cents?
You must have been
where you can buy Kool-Aid now at your grocery store?
Yes.
for less than a quarter? Ridiculous.
Kool-Aid Man.
No one wants to drink that.
Yeah.
With your removable twist tops of plastic that are easily removed and recyclable,
Yes.
so they are good for the environment.
Indeed. I have never seen any one of those sad videos with like a sea turtle choking on a Kool-Aid top, only like those 6-ring of, the 6-pack beer holders.
I think it's about time we start ruining the environment with Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I would like, just, you want to change it up. Anything the same gets boring.
I want my Christmas trees red. I want them red with the blood of Kool-Aid Man.
and sea creatures.
Yes.
Yes.
Who needs
Red trees.
We don't need sea creatures. We got enough of them. There's too much ocean already.
There are too many sea
Why
creatures.
can't you find a puma in the water?
Why
Because
isn't
it's
anyone
uninviting?
Why isn't anyone else freaking out about this? Do you realize how many other fish
is a
there
real
are
problem.
compared to humans? If they decide to rise up against us, or if the sea levels rise and we're all underwater, all of a sudden they're going to start kicking our asses. You ever see some of those fucking fishes,
You
man?
ever see food? I haven't seen some in a week.
Not anything good. Not anything regular or fresh or like out,
It's been in trash cans.
inside
or
the
in a
shelf
raccoon's
life.
mouth. Have you ever tried to fight a raccoon?
Yes, of course.
Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, fighting raccoons are really tough.
They're crafty.
They're crafty. They're really smart.
They're extremely. You ever see? They have little hands.
And you wouldn't think so because they're dirty fucking like rats.
Trash pandas, but they have little hands that they can just grab onto things and run away. Just double fisting. Like they can. Oh man, you ever see that little video with the raccoon scoops up cat food and just runs away with it?
And
on
he just
hind
runs
legs?
away. And he can get away with it too, considering trash panda laws.
They can hide anywhere. Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Anyway,
Jim
on
and
to,
Andy.
and back to Jim and Andy.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating character piece about Jim Carrey and Andy Kaufman because a lot of the filming they brought Andy's family on.
Oh, really?
His actual mother and father
During
and-
the Man on the Moon filming?
Yeah, they brought his daughter, who he had never met. He had a daughter out of wedlock, and they brought her to stay. Like there wasn't any footage of it, but just the fact that like his family was so into seeing this, and it's so weird because they're all like, we wanted to see Jim as Andy because we miss Andy, and he was so wrapped up in the character, he became Andy Kaufman. He was not Jim Carrey doing a performance. He was Andy Kaufman.
Right, that whole method acting thing.
And he was Tony Clifton. And that it's a fascinating documentary. It might be one of the best documentaries I've seen in my life.
I will definitely check it out. That sounds really, really good. It sounds like a good watch.
free if you have Netflix.
Beep-de-deet-deet, which, Netflix costs, but you get all that great content for it.
I just follow that CTA lady around. 'Cause
Exactly.
She's usually just watching it.
Somebody's got it. Somebody's got a subscription.
Someone's got a subscription, but highly, highly recommend Jim and Andy.
Well, that sounds fun. And I know we've talked about Jim Carrey in the past a bit, but I'm a huge fan of his, and most things that he does I'll watch. I haven't seen the number 23. There's a couple.
That's a bad movie.
there's a couple of.
You want a quick review of the number 23?
Sure.
It's a fucking bad movie.
Okay.
Don't waste your time.
Great,
Because
I won't.
it's fucking stupid.
I kind of picked that up like from the trailers, and just sometimes I'll get an instinct where I'm like, you know what, I like this guy, Jim Carrey, like I enjoy him. I don't want to go watch this because it's going to make me think less of him, or it's just I rather it's going to take his overall portfolio down just a notch, and I'd rather not.
I know that Jim Carrey really wanted to, like, that was around the time when he was like, I really want to be, like, taken as a serious actor. But I hate to say it, but, like, he just doesn't have, like, the body or the facial structure to do serious half of the time.
Well,
or
he
if he does serious, it needs to be, like, lighthearted serious, kind of like The Truman Show.
You always want him to just like burst into animated like comedy.
He's the man of 1,000 faces.
Yeah, you want him to start doing like some rubbery like movements or just make like an extreme reaction.
You
to
want him to
something.
turn
You're like,
into rubber.
Yeah, like
You
The
just want
Mask.
to grab him by the chin and just stretch him.
Oh my god!
See how far he can go.
The Mask is such a good movie. Cameron Diaz, hottest ever. anime, a blend of like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but in the 90s, and with like the blending of cartoon and like live action.
But it was the combo of action of cartoony and in a live action form.
Yeah.
It's like if the whole movie, if Christopher Lloyd was the cartoon man. Oh wait, he was
Cartoon Man.
the cartoon man.
Yes. Hey, Kool-Aid Man left kind of a gaping hole in there, and I'm getting a solid glare, like right in my face. Could you?
Yeah, hold on a second. Could you just let me find this.
Strap something over that.
I've got.
It's hard to. All I'm seeing is an outline of you.
I've got like some leftover like Hanukkah papers. Like the menorahs that you hang up on the signs.
Oh yeah.
Just let me.
Thank you. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, thank you. That works.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. No, this is so much better.
We have. I mean, everyone deserves a chance at the holiday table right now, especially in the boxcar.
Oh, they do. And we and for the record, we shouldn't be so quick to dismiss these characters that come around, because we do put out an invite. We invite everybody.
Yeah,
to come
Don
join
puts
us.
out a lot.
Yeah, I do all the time.
All the time.
Anybody who shows
Constantly.
me the slightest bit of affection or attention, I mean, I'm putting out.
He's there.
Yeah.
Like
I'm demented that way. But so we do
emotionally troubled, I would say, not demented. Demented people have real problems, Don.
Oh, okay.
You're
Emotionally troubled.
You're just very horny.
Really insecure as well.
Yeah.
Just a constant need of validation.
Of affection.
Yes. So I'm always putting out that invite, and so I mean it makes sense that people and things are coming by, except for that fucking Kool-Aid guy. I've never seen that guy before, and all of a sudden he's just
See, I thought he only shows up to kids.
Yeah, me too.
That's creepy. A giant glass jar full of red liquid just following children to scream, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, I don't like it. No. It has an it feel to it,
I think they should change the Kool-Aid Man.
To Pennywise the Clown.
Sure.
Georgie, do you want some liquid? Georgie, come over here. Smell my flower. It's blue raspberry.
They all float here in the Kool-Aid jar, Georgie.
I made sure to bring plenty of ice so you'll never be hot on this hot summer day.
Yeah, okay.
Now, which it were we doing? Were we doing Tim Curry or were we
Tim
doing
Curry?
Okay,
definitely Tim Curry. I haven't even seen the reimagined It, the one that just came out.
Oh, you
this
haven't
year.
seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Neither have I. That's a problem.
There we go.
Da-na-na.
Why did we bring
Just shows
it up?
how timely we are.
But so anyway, I'll tell you what
We'll
I
watch
did see.
superhero fucking movies, but we won't watch
I
anything
know,
else.
exactly. That's the only thing we're timely on is superhero movies. Damn it. Although,
Fuck.
all right. So one thing that I did watch, speaking of totally untimely and ridiculous, one thing that I did watch came on TV as I was walking past this, not Circuit City. But it looked kind of like a Circuit City. It was like,
It was like an FYE?
I think it was FYE.
Like the ruins of an FYE?
Yeah, but the walls were all down, and a lot of the racks were just cleared off, but there were like 4 separate stations with chairs, like lazy boy chairs, centered right about 10 feet in front of these large screen TVs. And each of the TVs was about 50 or 55 inches. The chairs were all empty. It was kind of weird. It looked like something out of the Book of Eli or something. It was like dusty ground,
I don't think
desert.
I've read that. I don't think I've read Eli.
It's in Braille, so don't worry about it. But anyway...
that would require the use of my fingertips, and unfortunately,
which you've
these
gnawed
are
off.
Yeah.
So I know, but so
They
yeah,
don't call me all nubby for nothing.
no, they don't. And it's I think it has to do with your nubby knees, which you've covered today. So.
You can't see those, but it's very, very hard to pass up these. I mean,
Plus, you can't do anything.
I
with
can't
your
wear
fingers.
fingerless gloves anymore. I can't even wear gloves because, like,
How are you going to put them on?
I
your teeth?
can put them on. It's
your
just that
teeth?
there's a lot of empty room in the gloves.
Oh yeah, so the fingers flap around, like
Yeah.
the empty finger straps are just like flapping as you. Make
It's funny to
motions with your
challenge
hands.
people to a duel because it's only the tips.
Or you know what you do? You put on a glove and you go for a handshake, and then when they squeeze, they're just getting those empty fingers, and you could just be like, eh.
It's the ultimate prank. They're
probably terrified.
But it usually hurts my feelings at the same time because I'm like, I used to be able to do this.
Right, and they are probably like, rather than laughing, I mean, I'm seeing their eyes go really wide and just not. It's not a good party trick. I think
No.
you'd probably be asked to leave.
Yeah, that's. I mean, why do you think Ronald McDonald doesn't do shows at McDonald's anymore? It's too creepy.
Pedophilia. Yeah.
That too, but
Okay.
Anyway,
so the
going on.
untimely thing that I watched. This thing came on in the FYE. I parked it in one of these chairs on the desert ground area, and there was nobody else around. And on my particular TV, they just were starting to show the movie Dragonheart.
oh,
Dragonheart.
Donald,
Dennis Quaid as the knight.
the hit 1997 film.
Yes. Dennis Quaid as the knight, David Thewlis as the evil king, and Sean Connery voicing
As
the dragon.
giant talking dragon.
To the stars, boy. To the stars. Why?
Oh, Don.
Why, Sean? It
Was this
so-
your first time actually
No.
watching?
No,
Okay.
I've seen this movie a ton when I was a kid, and I always liked it.
because it's a treasure.
Yeah, it's that special kind of bad. It's that kind of bad where it's like
It's so bad it's good.
Yeah, I still can't turn away from it. It's like just as something happens that makes me want to, something pulls me back. And
It's usually Sean Connery.
yeah, it's just him as the dragon is just really it's nice. Yes. Whoa.
Holy
Hey.
shit! Whoa! Oh my
He's
god!
poking his head through the hole that the Kool-Aid Man left. Sean Connery dragon, what's up, man?
Draco, what's going on, dude?
Yes, fellas. How are you?
Oh, just fantastic. Park your head in. I mean, there's plenty of room.
Yeah,
given
sit
the
on
hole
down.
now.
We got some glowing mushrooms.
Yes, that's what I first saw. That
Careful
blew
of
me.
the menorahs. They're kind of dangling on your
Oh,
horns.
excuse me. Sorry about that. Yes.
Don't worry. I mean, are you a man of the faith of the Torah?
The only thing I have faith in is my claws and the powers of women to set my mood right.
Well, I'll probably have some use for your claws later, but there's no women right now. But
Yeah, we
were
haven't
just
had any in a
just
while.
talking about your hit film Dragonheart.
Oh yes, Dragonheart. Are you two fans of that terrible film?
I mean,
Whoa,
yes,
terrible film. What are you, Draco?
I mean, that's exactly what we were saying. It's a bad movie, but it's fun. It's entertaining.
I suppose so. And I do still collect residual checks from that movie, so it's been good for me. Yes.
See, I'm amazed that you're still alive. I thought you died at the end.
Yeah,
that,
you
that
did.
part where Dennis Quaid stabs the heart because he's like, it's time to kill the evil king, and
Right,
then
and you beg him
and then he-
to kill you because you have to, and
then
otherwise
he
Einan won't
replaces
die.
his own heart inside the dragon, I guess.
Yeah, well, that was
What
at the
happened?
beginning, right? And then, yeah, at the beginning of the movie, this young would-be king gets the heart cut out of his chest, and then the knight Dennis Quaid and the prince's mom go into the cave where you're living, Draco.
Yes, that's how it goes. Yes.
Why
and then-
why did you let them take your heart out into the little evil boy?
It's the mother. Her and I had a bit of a history, so
But I
she
mean,
came into the cave every few months or so, and sort of, maybe gave me a handy or something,
damn. Did she have to use her whole body? Because I mean,
Yeah.
that's less of a handy. That's more of just dry humping.
It's like a dance. It's like a weird dance for her.
It's not even a dance. It's straight up dry humping.
It's like American Ninja Warriors on a dragon dong.
Yes, that's well put. Yes.
What did she usually do? Did she hug her arms and legs around it, and then you just kind of grabbed her, and then you just kind of fleshlighted her?
Yes, it was sort of a hokey-pokey motion on her part. It was. I never really looked at her while she was doing it. It just felt interesting. Yes.
So you weren't into looking into the eyes. I mean, I'm not either.
Not
I
of
mean-
humans, no. Not unless I'm eating them.
Oh.
I see.
Oh, you know what? I get that sense. I do the same thing with raccoons.
Right. Yeah, we've both looked into the eyes of prey for sure. So do you see humans as prey, Draco?
Yes, even still, yes. Except for Einan's mother, and that was why I agreed to give my heart to the boy, was because she was still sometimes giving me handies and stuff, so...
Well,
I guess that makes
Fair
sense.
trade.
Preserve. Yeah, you want to preserve that potential.
Yeah.
Okay, well, but what about at the end when you did turn into a star? Like you went into the constellation and you became like the eye of like the star.
Did you fight all the Norse gods in the stars? Did you fight the Big Dipper?
No, it was boring up there. I was up there for maybe a millennia or so, and I just got really tired of it. So I decided to come back down and look for some interesting humans to play around with.
Do all the constellations do that? Do they just pop down on Earth every now and again, just being like, it's me, Cancer. I'm really bored.
Sometimes, yes, a lot of them do. Cancer is one of them that does this, yes.
Wait, so you're saying that Cancer is just all around us?
Cancer is, you'll never be rid of it, ever.
Damn.
That's depressing, Draco.
Yeah, that is real depressing. I mean, I'm allergic to shellfish, too, so...
Not for me, because dragons cannot get cancer, so...
Well,
good for you, I guess.
King,
You're still the last dragon, though,
fucking
right?
congratulations.
How do you feel about that? You don't have any friends like you either.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, that does hurt.
that was kind of a low blow, Don.
Well, I don't know. Cancer.
I mean,
kinda
like,
hits.
What if
it's
we
tough.
become your friends?
Are you two looking for a dragon friend?
I
Yeah.
guess. I mean,
mean-
yeah, we're not.
I mean, we're friends with a lot of weird people.
Yeah,
we're
we get-
friends with Freak.
We get all kinds in the boxcar. I mean, you just missed Kool-Aid Man. I don't know if you know who Kool-Aid Man is, but he's this giant pitcher of this drink, and he just bursted into the wall of that thing, and that's why the hole was in there for you to stick your head in.
I see. Well, that's convenient.
Yeah,
Well-
it certainly is, especially your breath, because it's very warm.
It's hot. I would say it's hot. It
I like
smells
it.
peppery, and
I like it.
it's great in here now. It's starting to get cold outside, but so yeah, thank you.
Oh, yes.
I can actually
You're welcome, yes.
Yeah, I can actually feel my kneecaps again.
Yeah, my feet. I haven't felt my feet in weeks, and I'm like, I can actually sense them now.
Yes, well, you're welcome, yes. Let me just have a snack on what's left of those mushrooms, and we'll call it even, yes?
I don't know, man. Can we split? We were all going to kind of split those.
We only have one left, though. Kool-Aid Man destroyed one of them.
Yeah, Draco.
Ugh.
Listen, we've got some. What else do we have in here? We've got some. We've got these tinsel strips. Have you ever tried tinsel strips, Draco?
Tinsel? What on earth?
It's
like
the finest material on all of Earth.
And it's
paper
metallic.
that sparkles.
Yeah, and it tastes like happiness.
Yes, especially when it has been dined in the finest of red liquids.
Wrapped on.
Pepto-Bismol.
All right, let me give this a try.
Oh, Jesus. Damn, he's got a lot of... You've got like 7 rows of teeth there, dude.
Yes, I know, yes. Oh, that's not happiness, I don't think.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure exactly, but it tastes like a bit of a letdown, to be honest.
A letdown?
Draco, you poke your
I
head into our
offered you.
boxcar. We appreciate the warmth. Don't get us wrong, but we're kind of fans of Dragonheart, and you're downplaying the movie. And now you took tinsel away from Greg, which he was
My
wrapping
leg
up his
is
kneecaps
like
with.
falling off now.
So, and you eat it, and it just seems like you're a little ungrateful. It feels like that.
No, not at all. I just want to let you know it's not exactly happiness I'm tasting now, so don't go around telling people that.
What would you describe it as, besides a letdown?
Stringy and papery.
And what about the red liquid? You like any of that?
Yes, actually, yes. That was a nice basic taste to it. Chalky, but I like that, yes.
Shit. I was trying to get him off the blood stuff, because I think he might eat us.
I think he's on it now.
What are you saying over there?
Nothing?
Dude, just relax, all right?
I think he's warming the metal on the boxcar to cook us. I think we should get rid of him.
Yeah, I'm starting to smell something weird in here.
I think it's us.
Okay. Draco, listen, Kool-Aid Man happens to attract a lot of meat. And by that I mean like sheep, stray dogs, kids. There's a lot of stuff.
Human blood?
Yeah.
Did you know that the Kool-Aid Man is actually filled with human blood?
Is that right?
Yeah. A whole pitcher of it.
I've been smelling something delicious in this area for quite some time.
It might be him. There is some spillage. I mean, he's a big, giant pitcher.
Draco, just
You
go.
can't miss
you
it.
can't miss him. Just circle around, fly around, and you can definitely find him. And honestly, you'll be happy once you do, because if you're hungry, that guy's going to lead you to some delicious morsels. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much, both of you. I think I'll take you up on that. I will be back, but don't hold your breath.
All right, we better wrap it.
Let's
we better,
plug that
we better,
hole right now. Let's plug this up.
Okay. Okay.
All right, there we go. Got some stuff there. We got. All right. I've got some clay. Stick it. I don't know where I got this clay from.
Paste it over the wood. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ah, shit.
You stuck in it?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, just bring my microphone over. Just.
Yeah, do that. You're not moving. You're not moving anymore.
There. All right, I'm back.
Better. You look a little uncomfortable. You
I
okay?
look like a Picasso painting.
Yeah, you do. You got one arm stretched, one leg stretched, and then you're kind of sitting down too. So it's like it's like a little bit of a Nazi salute too. Like you're mid-step and you're right in the aisle.
And I thought I got rid of those Nazis too, but it looks like they're probably going to be hunting me down again.
If they can see through the little holes in this little makeshift barrier we've created on the side of the boxcar. Okay, anyway, Dragonheart has now ruined for me. I did like the movie. Dennis Quaid is I still like that guy, but Draco, bit of a
letdown.
Bit of a letdown overall.
They always say that, like, the on-camera performance and the off-camera performance, they're always so different.
I know. Yeah,
And
they do
I
say
will
that.
definitely say this is a case of just bad.
Just what a diva. He seems a little bit like a diva. I bet on
He's
set.
really full of himself,
I bet
too.
on set that dragon was probably just a real queen, just asking for stuff left and right, high demands. That rider was probably like 15 pages long.
Do you think that Dennis Quaid had to, like, fleshlight him?
I don't know. How big was Dennis Quaid at that time, like star-wise?
Oh, he was pretty popular.
Yeah, I think
it was around the time of like,
this was after. This was there
was Frequency. You remember Frequency?
Great movie.
I put that in the. You know what? I think that's how I describe a lot of Dennis Quaid's movies. So bad that they're good.
Parent Trap. This was around Parent Trap time. How great is that? What's that song? Oh man, there's a lot of
the Lindsay Lohan special where she sang it with herself,
and she
sang it with her own human clone,
and she speaks in like a soft little British accent as one of them, because one of the mom is British, and then the dad
was Americano.
Dennis Quaid, and he was like a wine guy.
They were like an Inside Out Milano. Right? That's how the expression goes, right?
Inside Out Milano?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Because I feel like I'm going to eat my stomach inside out because I have nothing in me.
You're hungry?
I'm very hungry. I must have stuck on this wall.
Okay, yeah, you are. Oh, well, we're gonna get some food after. We're gonna get some food in just a bit here. But you mentioned that you did. What did you played something this week as well?
So remember that PS4 that I had stolen from the export in Ravenswood?
I do.
Well, thankfully, I still have it.
Okay,
it hasn't been taken yet.
Great.
I've been hiding it from the gyms. It's been very satisfying to hide anything from them.
It's clearly not here. You've got it safe somewhere.
It is safe.
That's great.
I've got it in a lockbox. But I happened to stumble across yet another credit card. And one of the games that I've already had, I think I spoke about it beforehand, but not in great depth. I played the PS4 exclusive Horizon Zero Dawn.
What was that? Where the dinosaur machines kind of?
Yeah, the dinosaur machine game, where it's a post-apocalyptic world, and You gather materials, you fight robots, and you save the day.
Right. You're like part of like a nomadic tribe kind of a feel,
Yeah.
and you hunt like these wild creatures, but those creatures are like robots.
Yeah, I mean, there are still animals in this world.
Oh.
But for the most part, a majority of the landscape has big, giant robots.
Okay.
But they still hunt them and use their supplies. And I'm like, oh, that's very interesting. I had recently beaten it, and I realized that there is now a new DLC out for it called The Frozen Wilds.
Ooh, Frozen.
Frozen Wilds.
That's fun.
And it's definitely a big expansion of the game because it unlocks this enormous area to the north of where the main game is. And the main game is already huge.
Okay.
It took me quite some time. I platinumed it. I put some serious fucking time into
Some
it.
hours into that thing.
I had a blast doing it. And when I finished it, I was like, man, I can't believe it's over. But then I saw the DLC shit, and I was like, oh!
Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah, I just dug right into it.
It's always nice when it's like a good expansion is great. Like I know we've talked about how some DLC is aggravating because it's such a letdown because you pay
Because it
$15
rehashes a bunch of shit.
and it's nothing but a good expansion pack, like with more content. You know, like Bethesda does some good, like Nuka World we've mentioned.
Yeah.
Far Harbor, both for Fallout. You know, Skyrim, Dragonborn. You know, those are like solid expansions when they give you more content and more hours of gameplay and new areas. That's fun.
They also did a bunch of other things because it's basically an update pack because it gives you more abilities to unlock now.
Oh,
it gives
cool.
you 10 extra levels because the cap was 50.
Oh, that's
the
great.
cap is now 60.
Dude, I love when they
and you
raise
have this
the level
whole
cap.
new skill tree, which is great because like I reached the level cap when I finished the game. And I was like, man, I have all these skill points, but it can't go to anything. I've used all of them. But then as soon as I unlocked the DLC, I was like, whoa! Like there's now I can actually like pick up supplies and shit while I'm riding on a mount. And I'm like, that just cuts down time so much easier.
So you don't have to jump off and grab it and jump back on.
I can repair machines that I've hacked, and I can get them to do more shit for me. It's very interesting. The other thing too is there's a bunch of new weapons to unlock that are super useful in this new area because it's tough. It's a very tough area.
Even better.
Because you're really supposed to play the DLC like midway into the game when you're around level 30. We're like, this is when you can unlock this and go there because
it's that difficult.
It's difficult. And even at max level right now, I was like, damn, these things are tough because there are new robots to unlock. And there are also demonic robots. So, in the main story, there are corrupted robots. These are robots that have been infected by this evil army that you're fighting against.
Sweet.
And corruption is actually an element that can hurt you. Like if you step in the red vines that are leaved by corrupted robots, it will hurt you and damage you because you wear metal and you wear robot parts.
So those can be corrupted.
They
so
can
if
be
you
corrupted.
step into it, it starts to hurt you.
This time around, it's called, there's a demonic presence. It still does the same thing as corruption where like all the robots become like unhackable, but they don't leave those red vine trails. Instead, when one robot senses you, all of them do.
Oh, man.
And they can follow you.
So they're like a horde.
Yeah.
Like a horde of...
They'll follow you a lot more better than they did in the main story campaign, like going around the main story area. And it's fascinating. There's a bunch of new collectibles to do. One of my favorite things in it, too, is because this is a post-apocalyptic world where majority of the old Americas and the old world don't exist here. Like they describe it pretty well on how the English language survived, but how history survived it was pretty much like wiped clean.
Oh, interesting.
So you go to this nature preserve that has like animal totems that you find, and it's this cheap like Cabela's kind of area where it's like, this is the North American black bear, found only at the Montana Reserve. And
like a gift shop.
Yeah, like a gift,
like a tour feel.
Yeah,
to
like
it.
a fucking gift shop. And there's a guy that works in there, or he lives there, and he's like, "This is so fascinating. What were these animals? Because they're extinct now.
Yeah, right.
So it's like bears, wolves, cougars. They're all extinct. Most animals that you find in this world now, they expanded it with the DLC. You can find more animals, but pretty much the only animals that live, there's like fish, boar, rabbits, some birds, badgers, and foxes. It's pretty much like all these small animals.
Yeah, tinier. It makes sense.
But like cougars,
because
and
the robots
bears,
are big and like bigger animals.
That's what the robots are now. Like because
Robots.
all the robots are made around animals. Like there's a robot called a snapmaw. It's alligator.
Snapmaw.
There's a sawtooth. It's like cougar, tiger. There's like a sneaky robot that like it can camouflage, and it's essentially the panther.
Okay.
But in this new DLC now, there's a bear robot, and it's fucking horrifying.
Damn.
Because like it can run on all fours, but it can also stand up on two legs and beat the shit out of you.
Like a bear.
Yeah. It also has ice powers.
Whoa.
Where if you're standing somewhere, it will start banging the ground, and icicles will pop out and try and attack you if you're trying to hide. If it
Damn.
knows where you are, it can shoot ice wherever it wants.
That is crazy.
And
It's
if
like a druid bear.
yeah, and like the thing I love
Robot.
the most about this game is like hunting the robots. Hunting the robots is so satisfying.
Nice.
Because you can leave all these kinds of traps. You can distract them. You can go in head first if you want. You'll probably get your shit kicked in
Yeah,
because
but
most of these things are fucking tough, but you can do it.
Yeah, you have the option.
And I don't know if I told you this like when we talked about it before, but every robot has like specific parts to them, and you can destroy them or remove them. So there's one enemy called a Thunderjaw, and it's essentially a T-Rex robot.
Oh.
It's big.
And
it's the biggest and probably the toughest like robots in the game. And they have mounted guns on their backs and on their faceplates.
Damn.
If you blast them off, you can grab those weapons and
use
shoot
them against them. Yeah, nice.
There's so many creative routes that this game has done, which is why I fucking adore it.
That's fun.
I definitely put this as one of the best games I've played this year. It's so fun.
Horizon Zero Dawn?
Horizon Zero Dawn. I put this like... This and Zelda are kind of at like the same place because they do the same things. Like it's an open world exploration game, but there are parts to both of them where I think like one does better than the other.
Sure.
But that shouldn't detract from the fact that this game is fantastic. And I'm so happy it did well.
Yeah.
Because like it did gangbusters when it came out. I was afraid that it was going to fucking fail because it came out the same week of Zelda.
Yeah, I remember that. It was early 2017, right?
It was like February.
Yeah.
And I didn't actually get my hands on it until like the summer.
Yeah.
But the DLC came out not too long ago, but I love it.
So the DLC is worth it. The game's good itself on its own, and you think this DLC is worth it.
I think this DLC adds to it. It adds... I mean, because like it's not just a big area where you can find more collectibles. It's like, all right, there's more story. There's more to the lore now because you're understanding the people of this world. Because there's a clan called the Banur that you don't really learn too much in the main campaign. This time around, everyone you run into is Banur. So Banur. Like
shit people.
Shit people. Yes, they're big walking doo-doos.
Okay.
But I highly recommend this game. I think there's a...
What's the name of the DLC?
The Frozen Wilds. But
Frozen Wilds.
I think there's a complete version of Horizon Zero Dawn coming out.
Oh yeah, they usually will do that, like a Game of the Year edition or like something.
But like
a
in the
bundle
same
that
year,
includes
which I was like, damn.
Yeah, a bundle. If they release like a few expansions, usually a bundle will come out where you can buy everything in one pack.
And that's my suggestion for it. Wait until like you get that Game of the Year edition and get it like when it comes out.
Yeah,
because like you'll get all the extra content and the main story itself. Like I think I put in like 50 hours and I did everything.
Okay.
and it's fucking worth it. It's so fun.
And this is a PS4 exclusive.
This is
you
a
said?
PS4 exclusive, so if you've got any other system, you're fucked.
PS4 players, Horizon Zero Dawn and the Frozen Wild expansion.
Yeah,
Sounds
go for
good.
it.
Sounds good.
You got anything else left for me, buddy?
Yeah,
Tell
I
me,
do.
because I mean, like, the clay is starting to loosen up, but it's kind of leaving like that bubblegum strand.
Yeah, well, and if you pull either of your limbs out of it, there's just going to be gaping holes, and the structure of it's just going to be like Draco could pop his head back in, no problem. He probably still can. If he comes back in here, I mean, we're just going to have to vacate soon because I don't think this makeshift barrier that we've put up is going to stop.
I got to
anybody.
find somewhere to like put this mushroom where it can. Oh my god, Don! I just thought of a brilliant idea.
What?
I've got a pot right here for the mushroom.
Soup!
Knee!
Mushroom soup!
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Hold
Yes! Pull it up! Oh, wow, look at that thing! Oh!
on. Now it's safe inside me.
Safe inside you, and you have a mushroom kneecap. How sweet is that?
Dude, that's tight.
And it's luminescent!
Dude, I can see in the dark now.
Dude, that is like, how does it feel? Can you move your knee around, like, comfortably?
I feel tingly, honestly.
Wow, I bet that's like mushroom cartilage. Whoa, what's happening? Oh, it's shaking. It's shaking a lot.
I think I feel its powers.
Dude, your whole leg is glowing.
Oh, whoa! My veins are turning like luminescent.
This is weird.
This is fucking awesome.
This is weird, man.
It's only in my leg though.
Can you stand up on it? Do you feel like...
Hold on.
Still glowing. It's glowing a little bit brighter. Wow. Does it feel strong? Does it feel like a strong leg?
No, I just feel like I can walk. But like,
Hey, that's good.
I mean, like, I don't feel like powerful, but I feel
Normal?
tingly.
Okay.
I feel average.
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 We've been shooting for that for a long time.
You know, why hasn't anyone made a superhero about someone just feeling average?
Mr. Average.
Just Mr. Man.
Just gets through a workday. Just an 8-hour day.
Or Madam Lady.
Madam Lady. Just somebody who
The
has...
Adventures of Madam Lady,
Right,
brought
she-
to you by Marvel.
She grocery shops. She pays her bills on time.
She takes
Does her work.
she takes nothing from no man.
No, exactly. She supports herself and her 2 kids.
Yeah.
Way to go, Madam Lady.
Way to go, Madam Lady.
Okay. The last bit that I absorbed over this week was I played a game out of a company that you and I both know and like, Greg, Telltale Games.
Yes.
I managed to get around to their Tales from the Borderlands series. The season 1 of that, which is the 5 episodes.
I mean, they're all 5 episodes every season.
Right.
But
But so this was season 1 of Tales from the Borderlands. I managed to go back to my friend's house who's on vacation. He has the Xbox subscription and the gold membership. So he was gone for a few days. I think he was like ice fishing or something up in the Yukon. So
have you seen him since?
No, I haven't actually. I'm probably gonna go back there after we leave here. Honestly.
Well, I don't think you should be surprised to find him just like underneath the ice.
I'm not going to go to the Yukon and look for him. I'm just going to go back to his house. If it's empty, I'll just be playing the Xbox there and wait for him to come back. I don't have a cell phone or anything.
Yeah, I mean, you got to protect his home
yeah. I'll watch
bandits.
it. I'll be watching it.
from Kool-Aid.
I'll be hanging there. Oh, dude. Mm-hmm. He would be so pissed if he came back and there was a big Kool-Aid shaped hole in the side of his house.
Yeah, it would suck.
So anyway, I played Tales from the Borderlands. That was the... it must have recently been the free game on Xbox Gold, one of the games of the month. So you get all 5 episodes for nothing if you're a gold member with that. So I went through and I sat there for a couple of days and I played through it, each one of them. And I was so... I like all of Telltale's games. I loved Wolf Among Us.
Yeah.
I enjoyed The Walking Dead. I liked the Batman detective series, like Game of Thrones. I liked everything of theirs that I've played, but I felt strongly that this Tales from the Borderlands game was their crowning achievement. I think they really nailed all facets of it. The voice acting cast, Patrick Warburton, Troy Baker, who's that lady? Daisy?
Laura Bailey?
Laura Bailey.
She's like It's got like some of the highest listed fucking video game actors. It's got Nolan North.
Chris Hardwick played one of the characters in it. The cast of this game is fantastic, and so all the performances are great. There were many moments when I found myself laughing out loud in different, like it wasn't as if one episode was like better by far than all the rest. Would you say it was in? I believe it's in episode 3 with the fingers. Oh yeah, yes. There's a moment when you're on Hyperion as the character Reese, the main guy, and you're going through, or Helios, right? Is that
It's Hyperion.
Hyperion is the space station which is watching over Pandora.
It's this big giant H on the moon.
Yeah. And so it's a space station, and it's where this company is like headquartered, and they control everything, whatever. So you're an employee in there, and there's a moment in the game when you're walking through this common area, and you have all these other employees kind of waiting around, and there's this tension. You can just feel it. Everybody's kind of staring at you, and you're walking slowly, and it's like, whatever. And then all of a sudden, like, you witness this group about 10 feet away from you just pointing finger guns at each other, just like, little two-handed finger guns, and it's like, boom, boom.
That sequence made me fall in love with the game
and
so, as a whole.
So one person does the gun clicking, and so you know how people do finger pointing, like, oh yeah, what's up, buddy? And it's that. But in this scene, someone does the finger gun, and the person that they point at reacts as if they really got shot. So it's like, ba-boom, and then the other person goes, oh, and like falls away. And you sit there in this episode finger gunning this entire room full of people as if it's like a real fight. So you're like moving your gun to like aim at them, and you have to like, and everyone's like falling and sliding,
everyone's
and you're
making
diving.
The mouth sounds toy, just
yeah. They're all making their own mouth sound effects. It is so enjoyable, as you said. It did make me fall in love with that. It's so much fun. The game is really self-aware, where it pokes fun at itself. The characters break the fourth wall a lot. The bonding between them is great. It's just, Telltale games are a narrative. They're very narrative heavy. You don't have to do a ton of actions. You're just kind of choosing dialogue options, and you're moving along in the story. And when you do that, you really want these payoffs. You want it to be like a movie, and that's what this game felt like.
Absolutely.
Everybody was believable. The editing on it, in terms of the pacing of the lines and all that, was very well done. It's engaging the whole time. I felt there wasn't one time when I fired up an episode and I didn't play it all the way through. I never stopped in the middle of an episode to stop playing. I broke up the game episode by episode. Yeah. So once you start, it really does pull you into it, and it's kind of hard to stop until you've completed that particular episode.
Yeah, I felt that way when I first got it, because it was a birthday gift for my buddy, and I was like, oh, this is only the first episode, right? Like, I'll buy the other ones at a later point. He was like, oh, no. This is a season pass. You get the whole thing.
Full season, baby.
You get the whole thing, dude.
And you want to
go for it.
You're going to want to do that. Like, there are some Telltale games, again, we mentioned a few earlier, that you can kind of, like, for me, I only played the first episode of the Batman game, season 1, and I'd like to go back to that or whatever, but I wasn't compelled to. Same with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
This is a game that, like, if I had played just episode 1, I feel like I would have immediately bought the remaining episodes in that season.
Yeah.
Because it's compelling.
Yeah, of the Telltale games, I would definitely put this at the top. This is definitely my favorite in the series. But that also stems from the fact that I really do enjoy the Borderlands series as a whole.
Yeah. This game, I mean, I've played some of the Borderlands games. I've never beaten one, and I've never, like, delved into it at length. But this game made me want to get more familiar with the lore and the story. So I think I'll go back and revisit some of them now. But up until now, like, I hadn't been super grabbed by it. But they do a great job of that. Yeah. The whole Handsome Jack thing. They work in all these characters from Borderlands that just really.
And it's tough not to like Handsome Jack, because, like, Handsome Jack, ever since his introduction from Borderlands 2. They've put him in each of the games after it, and his character is fascinating and easily one of the best parts of the games, because to watch him do his 180s from his character development from the pre-sequel into 2, and then seeing how his character acts in Tales from the Borderlands is fascinating.
Yeah, it is, and no spoilers or anything, but I mean, Handsome Jack is a character that that lingers around in the story from from pretty much the end of episode 1 onward, and he is a fascinating character.
Yeah.
He really does grab you. He does I mean, I haven't played the
his
Borderlands
introduction
games,
in
but
2 is amazing.
Okay.
The very first thing he says to you,
Uh-huh.
he's like, "Oh, hey there, guys," and he's got a bunch of food in his mouth, and you just hear him drop a bag and just go, "These pretzels suck."
See, and another thing you told me earlier, just a little bit before we had started recording this, Greg, was that one thing that the Borderlands games do, all of them, is when they start the credits for the game, the opening credits. Mm-hmm. You're sort of in the middle of playing. It's not a game where you press start and you start a new game, and then they do the opening credits right off the bat. They pull you into it, and you play around a little bit, you get familiar, and then in this great climactic moment in the plot as you're playing along, that's when everything kind of freezes.
It turns into a music video.
It turns into a music video. And the Tales from the Borderlands kept that tradition, and in every episode when they did those credits, it was one of my favorite parts of the games.
Yeah.
I thought their music choices were excellent. The actions that were taking place while the credits would just actually
it's so
kicked off.
Fun.
So fun.
It knew when to be serious, but it knew, because it's in the Borderlands series, the most important thing about it is comedy.
Absolutely.
That's what the Borderlands series is about. It's about dark, weird humor. And I know that 2 added a bunch of stuff that I was like, these are memes. These aren't very funny. But a pre-sequel helped a little bit. The problem was that was written by a completely different team. That was by 2K Australia.
Oh, I see.
So there's a lot.
Aussies.
There's a lot.
We love Borderlands
lot.
down here.
There's a lot of Mad Max fucking
Yeah.
similarities.
Yes.
Pretty
You can
much
tell
the whole world of the pre-sequel is just Mad Max.
You can definitely see similarities there between those two universes, but it's entirely worth playing. I'm assuming it's on all platforms like the Borderlands games.
Yeah, it's on all modern platforms. I know it's been ported to, I believe, Xbox One and PS4.
It is available
PC.
on the Xbox One for sure.
I'd say the best version to play it on is PC, just because PCs handle the best.
Absolutely,
but if you can get it on any of your current systems, go for it. It's cheap, it's funny, and it's probably a good 6 to 8 hours. It wasn't that long, was it?
No, it was. I would say it was. I mean, I broke it up again, and I didn't die. I think I might have died once, in playing through the game, maybe twice. So I think grand total, it was probably between 8 to 10 hours. It was about an hour, maybe an hour and 20 minutes per episode to beat.
Yeah.
So I'd say between 6 and 8 hours actually.
Yeah.
But it's totally worth it. As you said, it's cheap. It's very fun. The finale, and I mean, in episode 5, again,
the finale
no spoilers,
is so great.
It's
like
an amazing
everything
fight.
That's about fucking Borderlands.
Yes, it's a fantastic fight. You get to choose this team of the characters you've met all along the way.
If you befriended them too.
Yes, yes.
And it adds incentive to the choices, because I know some of the Walking Dead games feel like the choices don't really matter.
Yes, I would agree with that. I played both seasons, and it can feel at times that no matter your dialogue choices, there's no consequences to them. Not really. You kind of end up where you always thought you were going to. Whereas, as you were just saying with this Tales from the Borderlands, at the end you get to choose your team to help you fight the final boss, and if you have unfriended, if you have pissed off some of these characters along the way, they are not available for you to choose on your final team. So it once I figured that out, it makes you want to think about the choices you made along the way, and it made me happy that I kept some people around so I could use them at the end. But man, is it satisfying, lots of fun, totally worth it. Tales from the Borderlands from Telltale, worth it.
It adds to Athena's character too, which I like a lot.
Athena's a good character. Yeah,
Athena's
bounty
great.
hunter. Yeah.
She was introduced in the first game in a DLC pack, but I hated the DLC in Borderlands. The very first Borderlands I don't think is great. I think it's forgettable because it's not so polished.
Sure.
But Athena was introduced in that, and she's kind of like in every game after that. She's a playable character in pre-sequel, and it adds so much to it. Like, you see the relationship between her and her girlfriend like grow if you play as her in pre-sequel.
Fun.
And it's really funny because it's really awkward because if you play as Athena, or if you play any of the other characters besides Athena when you talk to this girl, like, she has no like extra dialogue to you. But if you walk into her store as Athena, like, she'll like be like, "Hey, good looking."
Hello.
Like, hello there.
My God, look at that ace.
Oh, look at them gobbers.
I'd like to get down under and you. How about it?
That's pretty much every conversation with her, and it's funny.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I really like the series, and I
Yeah,
definitely say that Tales from the Borderlands is probably the best written of the games.
Yeah, me too. It's just hooks you, and it's totally fun. Everybody should check that out if you can. But yeah, Greg, let's get you out of that clay, and let's.
Yeah. Hopefully Draco drank the Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Come here, you son of a bitch. I'm not done with you yet.
Oh no, please, mud liquids.
Yes.
All right.
Wow, that's gross.
We better run before he drinks us. All
You
right.
know he's coming back this way afterwards. So, all right, thank you so
mushroom
much.
powers.
All
Hooray!
right, walk on slowly with your new mushroom leg. Thank you very much for joining us again. We will talk to you next week with some more content. This is Don.
And this is Greg.
And we'll talk to you next week. So long.
I'm gonna karate chop this fucking wall down with my mushroom leg.
Still, I've got a sugar headache from this fucking drink. Ha! Whoa! Why is your leg glowing like that?
Because I'm magic.
Stop kicking me, you sick fuck!
Take that, you little fucking dragon.
Why does this Kool-Aid make me feel this way?
You got a sugar rush, you dumb bitch.